Hello, everyone. Let's see. We have BMC, Coco, No Name, Michael, Paul, Joey, Danny, and 411. Hey, guys. Dia and John, hello. Go ahead and get the other ones started. No one into it in that one yet. Okay. All right. Everything else is running, though. Audio should be there now, though. That's always funny. $5 on the first caller being a troll. Sounds accurate. Sounds likely. It'll probably happen. Hi, Matthew. Hey, Adam. You were the number one in. Hold on. Hey, Court. He'll realize in a moment that he doesn't have his water bottle. Oh my God. The support line is because MAGA obviously needs some assistance. Why don't I do guests instead? Because it's how I choose to run it. I don't know what else to tell you. Also, the same people are on TikTok every single day. And I usually hear them in another live on the same day, and I don't want to hear them again. I'd rather talk to other people.
Grab that one over there.
Hello. Yeah, Maximus, they're just all the same people. Well, it's not really birthday month anymore. It's literally one day until my birthday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously needs assistance. Sorry, I mean, I don't know. I hope not, Joey. Like, I don't want them. My hair is doing things today. Thank you, Clappy. Let's see. We'll go ahead and change this. Okay. Maybe. Hello. Why won't this open up my thing? There it is. Okay. Birthdays tomorrow. There we go. There we go. I can't speak today. Hello, everybody. I know I'm going to miss somebody, miss some people. Yes, Coetti, you have. Yep, it's tomorrow. Well, for you, Moose, it should already be today. Thank you, Marco. So what I would love to see is just, I don't know. We can all wait for tomorrow, actually. We'll just wait for tomorrow. All the fun stuff can wait for tomorrow. I am a Scorpio, Amanda. Ooh, Scorpio. So, I'm so done. You are catching me live, Braca. There we go. I had to make sure to mute that before we start talking on everything. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Moose. I appreciate that, Moose. No, def not. I do not. Hello, Princess, Phantom, Lainey, Cabin. Hello, everybody that's coming over on the Purpley app. We are up and running. Let me go ahead and pop this out. Ah, I keep forgetting I have that up too. Do. There we go. Hey, Golden. That's pretty fun. You know, I'm it's tomorrow. Birthday is tomorrow. That is pretty fun for me. Thanks, Judy. What is something what are we asking, Ladybug? Oh, costumes. I'm not sure what we were doing something. I don't remember exactly what though. So I'm not the best person to ask what we're doing. Thanks, Samantha. It's getting there. We getting there. It's coming. I wonder why it wouldn't let me just click on that. That was so rude. All right, Amanda. I just got... The lighting change is always weird. Phantom. Yes, it was. If you guys are over on the Tubes, the Red app, okay? I'm about to upload. It should upload like later tonight. The full video of Mr. Hong Kong. Awesome, Golden. I'm so glad to hear that. About ready to get the full one of Hong Kong, and then I have to do the one about the one with the stock guy. Because the caller that came up after him was pretty funny, and then all the chats he sent afterwards were funny too. So there is that. You did, Pokey. Thank you. Thank you, Moose. That was so cute. Nice. Nice. I was reading a comment. That's an odd comment too. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Happy birthday, nigger!
Awkward. I'm white. But thanks for the birthday wish. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Lisa. Guys, everybody take out your headphones. We're going to do a thing. Headphone users, take them out. Turn down your volume. We got to start this off real quick. Go away! Rude motherfucker. Weirdos. I know. The person yesterday did the same thing where they're like, happy birthday, and then said a bunch of stupid stuff. I don't know why Cabin TikTok, or sorry, the other one flagged your comment. That was funny. Well, thanks, Amit. I appreciate that. Yeah, unfortunately it happens. Thanks, Lynn. That's a good point too, Emily. It is always. He does think he's original. They all think that they're original. I mean, it just shows that just goes to show you it's a typical MAGA, right? They're not able to have these conversations. They aren't capable of critical thinking, so they come in with slurs. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, I was just, what, is this on live stream?
Yep.
You're awesome!
Sorry, I thought I was calling another number. Sorry, I was, accidentally, missed out.
Okay. Bye. Thank you, Coco, for the $4.99. That's for my therapy for having to deal with the trollers in the 2 in a row. Y'all are so silly. Yeah, this guy was like, wait, is this live? And then like, oh, oh, it's so cute. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cute. Thank you, Emily. He's like, oh, is this the live stream? Oh, I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number. Like, you don't get to say that anymore when you ask if we're live. That's so odd. That was an odd one for sure. Well, that's okay. We can go through some things that are occurring today. There are some things that I missed that I didn't have a chance to go like through all of my alerts. Hey, Monster. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Emily, again. Let me see what I was going to look. up. Oh yeah. How about the Amazon is cutting 30,000 jobs starting tomorrow. So ain't that fun? I did not. I might not have. I get a lot of tickets. Why? Let me take a look. Hold on. I didn't open the article entirely yet, but I can. While we're waiting for somebody with emotional fortitude to call up. All right. We can roll through this together. Or not. Ah, I hit the wrong thing. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, I was wondering, are you a Trump supporter or are you a Biden supporter? I know it says Trump's support line. I didn't know if like you were being funny. I just came across your page. That's why I'm asking.
I don't support either of them.
Ah.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I think you're a nigger.
No one. I don't. That wasn't English. That was not English. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Niggers do.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Thank you for supporting MAGA. We need all the support we can get, brother.
Yeah, you do need some mental help, that's for sure.
Big MAGA.
Okay. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thanks, Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 38 years old.
38. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yep.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, I'm not really questioning it per se, but I am more concerned about how they are effectuating their deportations. And the reason why I'm concerned about that is because, as you know, an asylum seeker can come into the country and claim asylum, gain work, get an address, and then turn around and basically claim residency because they've been in the country for 2 years. So I'm wondering if they're ever going to close that loophole so that people cannot come on a fake asylum claim, because 1 in 10 asylum claims are denied and still gain residency.
Okay. Answering questions not asked for 500, please. So can you identify
that's not my-
3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was elected as president or inaugurated into office? Hold on.
Well, certainly. 1 and 2 would be he would end the Gaza and the Ukraine war on day 1.
Oh, no, that was a
Everybody knew that
campaign
wasn't gonna-
promise. That wasn't since he was
Well,
inaugurated.
Is it a lie that he told today?
No, I said since he was inaugurated, his inauguration date was January 20th, 2025. So that was his campaign promise that he took back before he even was inaugurated in. So He said it like
What
2 weeks
lies has
before he
Donald
was
Trump told since he's been
inaugurated.
inaugurated since 8 months in presidency?
9 months, but yeah.
I'm going to kick this back to you.
Okay. Where would you like me to start? There's a bunch.
Wherever you'd like.
Cool. He says they are trying to, it's the Democrats shutdown because for illegal immigrant health care. Thank you, Phantom, for
Well, that's
gifting us
not
up.
exactly true.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that would be a lie.
Well, it's not exactly true. It's a half-truth, okay? So, he's not exactly saying it's illegal immigrant health care. He's using the rhetoric of illegal immigrants like a demagogue to scapegoat the fact that asylees are qualified for health care under the ACA.
Nope,
But
that's literally not what he
unfortunately, he
says.
missed-
Are you a resident in his
I
mind?
just said that's not what he said. I said it was a half-truth.
No, it's not even a partial truth. What?
Well, it is true
I'm sorry.
that
Can you
people
remind
who
me,
claim
like,
asylum in the country.
an asylum is a legal
can-
process, correct?
You're right, but how many asylum cases are processed as
wow, I just want to be sure.
asylum?
Like, I like how you just make this
1
and
in
turn
10,
it back
right?
around to asylum
No,
claims.
no. Just tell me how many asylum cases are processed in the country as legal asylum?
Let's see. It really just depends on the judge. But
No,
about
it doesn't depend on the judge.
it
It's not
really
judge
does
stopping.
depend.
It's
I'm sorry.
1
No,
in
it
10.
literally depends
That's the
on the judge.
statistic.
And where do you get that from?
Where do I get it from? It's a
Yes.
statistic online. You can look it up for yourself to
Oh,
verify
okay, so
I'm
you
telling the
don't
truth.
know. You just pulled it out of your butt.
No, I'm outside my house right now and not in front of my laptop. If I wanted to debate with the computer,
Okay.
I
We're
would
not
debate with the
debating. It's
computer.
a conversation.
Well, let's have the conversation then.
Yeah, because see, if it was a debate, you would have also came prepared.
Well, I am prepared because once you
You're
look,
not,
look up and
because
you
if you
realize
don't
that
even
the
know where it's
statistic is
from,
true,
then no.
you will realize how the asylum system is being manipulated for people to gain
Oh
residency
yeah,
in the
you're
country
just really
and then
upset. So
access the
why
things
hasn't
that they
Donald Trump
access.
done anything to repeal that law that exists?
Well, how could Donald Trump do that? That's a standard of Congress.
Right.
They would have to repeal that.
They could
That's
have
under
put
the
it
that's under
in.
the
Hey,
Immigration
I don't know if
Act
you
of
realize this,
67.
but they could have put that in HR 1. But see, the Republicans in Congress who are sycophants for Donald Trump haven't even
Do
done
you think
shit
that they
or
would let them
introduced
put that
anything.
in the HR 1 and not filibuster it through? Like,
I'm sorry.
get
Sorry.
real.
Are you kidding? Budget reconciliation bills are not subject to the filibuster. This
That's
is how
not what
little
we're
you
talking
know.
about.
No, so HR 1 was a budget reconciliation bill, and it was not subject to the filibuster because those types of bills are not subject to filibuster.
Okay.
So it could have potentially
If
been
you're
added, but
telling
nobody
me-
suggested it.
If you're telling me that when the big beautiful bill was passed and Cory Booker stood up there for 24 hours.
It wasn't a filibuster. He was
Before-
monologuing. It was performative.
Oh, there's a difference, right? There's a difference.
Yeah,
Okay.
he called
I
it a
thought you told me
filibuster,
to
and it
come prepared
wasn't
for
a
the debate.
filibuster. He was monologuing, and guess what? It's because he was able to speak. He wasn't debating anything. So that's the other thing. Like a filibuster, you have to be able to debate
He
on the
was
floor. And so,
monologuing.
yeah, he was. It was a fucking pretentious thing to do. I am glad he took over a racist guy's time, right? Historical time of a filibuster. That's cool. I'm good with that. But it was performative.
What record did he break for the last filibuster? Could you remind me of that again?
The previous one, I can't remember the dude's name. Sorry, because I thought it was a pretentious
that
thing
was-
to do.
that
It was
was
very
David
performative.
Duke.
Cool. Who filibustered
the
for
voting- in the Civil Rights Act.
23 hours. And Cory Booker went
Remind
for
me again
25.
which party
Strom
that
Thurmond.
David Duke aligned with.
It was Strom Thurmond. You're wrong.
No, it was David Duke.
It was Strom Thurmond. You're wrong.
It was David
It was
Duke.
Strom
And
Thurmond.
he was
You were wrong.
filibustering the Voting Rights Act, the
It
Civil
was
Rights Act.
Republican Strom Thurmond. You are wrong. David Duke was not in Congress.
The last 24-hour filibuster
Was
was
Strom
done by David
Thurmond.
Duke back in
Strom Thurmond.
1967 when he was
Strom
standing
Thurmond.
against the Civil Rights
Are
Act.
you okay? Like, do you just okay? So we're okay. Strom Thurmond. It was Strom Thurmond. How many times do I have to repeat myself for it to get into your head?
Well, you could keep repeating it, but it's not true.
had the longest filibuster prior to
Prior
Cory
to
Booker.
2025.
Yeah, Cory Booker. Oh my God! Guess what? It's Strom Thurmond. Prior to Cory Booker, the longest filibuster was conducted by Strom Thurmond in
Hold up. Let me
1957,
go inside
which
to my computer
lasted
since we're
for
gonna have a computer
24
debate.
hours and 18 minutes to oppose the Civil Rights Act of 1957. This was the longest
Hold on, just
single-person
1 second.
filibuster
1
in
second.
U.S.
No,
Senate
no, no, no.
history until Booker broke the record in 2025. The fact that this is what you want to hang your hat on is stupid.
Filibuster. 1 second.
Like, you want to get hung up on this?
Prior to 2025,
It will be impossible,
hearing
Ryan.
the Civil Rights Act. You hung up on me? You fucking hung
No.
up?
I didn't even hang up on you. I was right here waiting. Wait, did he just... I think he did, Skinny. He definitely just ran. He just ran. Did she hang up on me or I said no? I said no. Wait, you want me to go to here? Like, since somebody's like, oh, don't use AI. Let's see. Wow. We'll do NPR. Strom Thurmond, congratulations. I didn't use just AI. I hope that helps. Dude literally fucking ran away. Witchcraft, I don't know who you're talking to. Because I know people don't realize this, but hold on, I gotta put this up. That's me. Bro. Actually, the previous... Eddie. The previous filibuster record was held by Hong Kong. Hong Kong? You had to be there. I know, Carl. That was gonna be the next thing. Is like David Duke wasn't ever in Congress, Bucky boy. That was woo. That was an extra kind of China. Sorry, guys. Wait, did somebody do that? Hold on. I'm so curious now. Thank you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 82.
Happy birthday, Foot. Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I've been supporting it for, I would say, many years. I would say a long time. I've been supporting it.
Very well. You are
Since the beginning.
probably, you must be Donald Trump's #1 supporter. You love his signature.
Yes, I do. Everyone loves my signature. What's wrong with my signature? It's not like Sleepy Joe.
You're like Sleepy Joe. Good night. Sorry. That was a bad impression. Yeah. Also, just a friendly reminder, guys, like, Donald Trump is 79. He's not 82. So that was a bad one. If you were gonna try to be Trump, go all the way, man. Go all the way. Have the right age and everything. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi,
going
how old
on?
are you?
Huh?
Hi, how old are you?
40.
40? Are
How old are
you?
you? Yeah.
I'll be 34 tomorrow. Cool. So anyway, are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Kind of. I've struggled from the beginning. I think I voted for him 3 times, but I think he's controlled opposition. Because no matter what, look, the global elites have an agenda. Okay, it is a one world government, one world currency, one world economic system, and he's just doing his part to bring that in. Now, all of this is covered in the Bible. We call it the Antichrist kingdom. The rest of the world calls it the New World Order. And he's just doing his part to bring that out. Now, it's the global elite, so they need to bring order out of chaos, and we're now on the verge of the chaos. So I just urge you, I'm not here to shove any religion down your throat because I'm not religious. I believe in a person, that is Jesus Christ, not a religion. And Jesus Christ claimed to be the way, the truth, and the life. So he's literally truth
Yeah, I'm
incarnate.
not
That's
here to
the
get
only
sermoned.
truth
Have a
in
good
the whole
one.
world.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
So I just urge you, I'm not here to shove
Can
any
you stop
religion
the
down
stream
your
in the
throat
background,
because I'm not
please?
religious. I believe in a person, that is Christ.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you turn off the stream in the background, please?
Sorry, it's my children. Yes, okay, it's off.
Awesome. Hi, how old are you?
32?
32. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. You're the best. You have a good one.
I just wanted to call in and tell you that I appreciate everything that you are doing because he is an absolute monster. So continue what you're doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, honey. Bye.
Bye. All right. I wonder if the caller can call back and admit he was wrong. Probably not. That would take effort. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 23.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely. I just wanted to tell you, you are a liberal piece of shit, and you are a fucking bitch, and you are a shielded, dumb motherfucker. Go to hell, you stupid piece of shit.
That's not what your dad said. Oh, you hung up. That's funny. Hey guys, if you're over on TikTok, don't forget to keep double tapping that screen. Also, if you haven't sent your heart me yet, please send your heart me, okay? Those were some big feelings. Yeah, super classy. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Dude, just don't. I'm not Bill. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I don't know. I'm kind of like in between.
Okay. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump?
I mean, I'm starting to, yeah.
Okay.
With everything
Thanks.
that's going.
You're awesome.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I was just calling to agree with the last guy. You're a fucking liberal sissy bitch.
Cool. Send me your dad's phone number so I can give him a son that he'll actually be proud of because it's not you.
Oh yeah, he's dead. So due to a liberal. So yeah, you
Okay.
can go fuck
Well, that's
yourself.
fine. I'll go fuck your grandpa then. Have a good one. Sure, that's not true. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
What an issue.
God damn, stop calling, you weirdo. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm doing, well, actually, I'm old enough to be your dad. I just want to tell you, looking like Velma don't score you no points with the kids today talking all that mess. You
How old are
suck.
you?
Bye.
Old enough to be my dad. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Awesome. How old are
I
you?
just want to congratulate you and thank you so much for showing how immature and stupid MAGA really is. When you give them an option to hold a real conversation or debate, they can't come with realistic information. It's all made up or what they want to call fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you kept telling that man, Strom Thurmond, the same
Bro.
man who
Yeah.
had an affair with his black maid and had a black child, right? But he
You're
wanted to say
awesome.
David Duke. And everybody who has any ounce of sense knows that David Duke didn't come onto the stage until the late 1980s. I am 63 years old, and I have been looking at how these people from MAGA lack any type of education or any type of, let's just say, moral fiber.
Yeah.
Mm, They claim to be Christian, but they don't want to open up the Epstein's file. Now, see, I'm on other programs and I will use foul language and everything as far as to prove my points and so forth, but that's when I'm among my own people. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Out of respect for you, I will refrain from using. I didn't think jackass was a curse word, but, y'all say please refrain. So I will go ahead and respect you for that. But for the young, I can't even call them young men, for the young boys who call here and the best they can do is give a tirade of idiotic curse words, try stepping your game up a little bit, fellas. And I think these are the guys who don't have girlfriends who are, mad at women because women see through their BS. See, I want to say the other word. But please keep on doing what you're doing. I just subscribed.
Thank you.
And I just came across you maybe about 5 minutes ago. But I like what I see. And when I have the opportunities, I will listen to you and hear what you have to say. And happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Okay?
thank you. You have a great
Yeah.
rest of your Monday night, dude.
Yeah. And my handle is Who Made You God Anyway, not me. That goes
That's a
for
good
Trump.
one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good
Hey,
night,
no
man. Thank you
problem.
so much.
You too. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye. All right, let me read through some of these that I missed real quick. Jules, thank you for the $4.99. Happy almost birthday. Wow, that guy was a jerk. Sorry, it's okay. Thank you though. I appreciate it. Cassie and Greg, thank you for the 2. I appreciate you and everything that you do. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just a friendly reminder, if you're over on the tubes, you can send the chat. I will be sure to read it. You can also become a member, guys. That's the best way and the cheapest way to support me. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 33. I just wanted to say happy birthday, and just like the person before me was saying, there's a lot of people calling in, a lot of gentlemen. Not really gentlemen, but I just thought I'd keep doing you. And yeah, no matter what your political views are, I don't think people should be reacting in this type of way to a young lady just speaking out her truth, all right? Just want to say that, and happy birthday once again. You have a good night, all right?
Thank you. You have a good one.
All right.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I farted.
Oh, well, go sit on the toilet. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I'm just calling to give you thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate
It's
that.
important to have people that are spreading some positivity in this day and age because it can be pretty dark. So keep being you, keep being
appreciate
awesome.
that, man. Well, I appreciate that. You have a great rest of your Monday night.
Yeah, you as well.
Thank you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Heck yeah, I ain't no Democrat supporter.
Okay. And what's your date of
How are
birth?
you doing? Huh?
What's your date of birth?
My date of birth?
Uh-huh.
04/13/89.
Mm.
Yeah, I ain't no damn Democrat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Witchcraft.
Make sure we don't.
Sorry. Okay. So what has
So-
you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Oh, I support all of it. He's outgoing, raw, and he doesn't give a shit.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I was asking what has you questioning your support, but can you name 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Well, the Epstein files.
What about it? Be specific.
Oh, I just wish he would just come out with it. I know he ain't in with the Epstein.
Okay.
He just needs to come out with it. But we got the elites out there. They think they know better than us.
Yeah, you voted in one. Okay.
I know I voted in one. It was either him or Camel Harrison.
All right. Okay. You good?
Huh? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your voice to drop.
Hey. Well, I can
Wait.
drop. Huh?
I said, well, anyways. So, what's your next one? What's your next?
Oh, I don't have any more questions. I don't have anything. I just wanted to say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I figured you weren't real.
I am real.
Okay. Well, if you're real, I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, ma'am.
I hope you do too. And you know what? Have a blast birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know if that was fake or what that was exactly. That was odd. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
My name's Kyler Southern. I'll be singing Jingle Bells tonight. Jingle bells, jingle.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? I wasn't trying to mock her, but it was just odd. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
50.
50. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes. But one of the things I wanted to say is happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mermaid. Happy birthday to you. Let me see y'all top that one.
There you go. Someone else would have to top that one for you. Well, I appreciate that. But you said you are still supporting Donald Trump? And thank you.
Yeah. Okay. But let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to say just one thing real quick, I guess. I know we get calls like you listen to this show and people call in and say Trump supporters, they're just stupid, they're low IQ voters. But then you listen to like the other shows, and then you listen to the other shows, and they're saying the same thing about Democrats. That stuff goes back and forth. Those are low blows. But come on, guys, let's keep it clean out there. There's no reason to call and insult. Call to talk to this young lady. Call to talk to her. If you got something to say it, and listen, and talk it out. But anyways, that's it. You have yourself a wonderful day, young lady.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I think that's probably how tomorrow's gonna go. And thank you. I'm Yoma. Thank you for the jewels as well. I don't want to forget you. I have a feeling that's how tomorrow's gonna go. And listen, I'm not trying to call all of them stupid. Just the ones that were calling in with insults to start off the bat are showing their lack of intelligence, in my opinion. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome.
You do
How old are you?
realize Trump is there for a reason, right?
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
It doesn't matter if you support him or not.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I was actually calling about my Trump mobile phone.
I ordered this about like 3 years ago, and I still haven't received any updates.
Oh, that's
I was wondering if
interesting.
you do anything about that.
No, it's not that kind of support. Also, the Trump phone was only just announced in April of 2025, so that would be impossible for you to order it 3 years ago.
I was in an early access line.
Okay, interesting. They didn't announce it until April, so very interesting. Well, sounds like the grift started early for Donald Trump. I feel so sorry for your bank account.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am, and I'm so happy to see that this is a real program.
Yep, it sure is. Awesome.
That's great. I like what you're doing.
Cool. How old are you?
I am recently 40.
Awesome. And happy belated birthday. Are you still supporting
Well,
Donald
thank
Trump?
you, and happy early birthday. You know, I've actually never been a supporter of the left or right. I saw the jig was up a long time ago.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's totally true to a degree, so I agree with you, man. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday night then, man. Thank you. All right. So, Golden, listen. This is like that whole tag for the gift goal is just automatically generated by TikTok. But and I keep forgetting to change it, but this is the song that I've got, okay? And if you guys know it, you know it. If not, look it up. I'm literally going to sing the title of it, and it's not even singing. This is America. Okay, that's the best I got. I'm so sorry. I don't sing on live. That's so weird. It's odd for me. I'm not typing. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, you're a dumbass liberal.
Okay. Anything else?
Your show sucks. You should quit streaming and join Trump. Hail King Trump. I follow his church.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, good luck, man, if that's what you got to do. We'll just, okay. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello. Okay, bye. Thank you for calling the MAGA support. Okay. Summer, can you stop with the socks, sweetie? Thank you. Ah, what news? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes,
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 18.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
All right. And what's your date of birth?
I would like not to disclose that information.
Oh, you can't think of it that quickly? I got it, man. Thank you for calling. Oh, I didn't hit answer. My bad. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 40.
40. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
Awesome. What
Not
has you...
completely,
Yeah.
but I am.
What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I have questions for you.
Well, I would like an answer to that
What is
question.
it about him that you? What is it about him that you don't like? Just wondering.
Okay, I'll give a very quick answer in response to this
That's
one.
fine.
The reason
That's
why
fine.
I don't
I don't listen to you often, so just wondering.
Okay. The reason I personally don't support Donald Trump as president is because I don't believe in supporting a president that actively goes against articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, that jokes about annexing our neighbor Canada, that jokes about buying another country known as Greenland, that jokes about taking back the Panama Canal that was rightfully given back to them by an act of Congress in 1999 due to civil unrest because of our military occupation in the canal. Yeah, or somebody that actively starts trade wars all across the country and ignore international laws and blowing ships out of the water. So
Okay. So, what about all the good that he's done, or do you not believe he's done anything good?
what good? Give me an example.
The phone broke up. One more time.
Can you provide an example?
Well, for instance, some of the people he's been creating, some of the he's not necessarily giving back to our country, but closing down some of the exorbitant thing that's going on.
Yeah, your
Is that
phone is
not
breaking
good
up
enough?
now. Sorry, no, your phone is breaking up now. I did not. I heard like every other word. Thank you, Timothy.
That's fine. He's just, you know.
Nope. I heard.
Okay,
Do you?
well then I'll,
No.
yeah, we'll talk later.
Okay. You got something. Oh, thank you, Marcella, for the floating hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I will rape your little ass until you say, I love Donald Trump, Daddy.
Oh, that explains why you voted for Donald Trump. So weird to admit that on live. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Shut the fuck up, you fat bitch.
Oh, you wish I was fat so that your insult actually landed, but I'm not. Your insult fits your age, child.
Shut up, you stupid retard.
Oh, you shouldn't say that word, child. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
19.
19. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Awesome. What's your date of birth?
2203.
That would make you 22. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm 28.
28. Are you
born
still
in
supporting
97.
Donald Trump?
Yeah, but I'd say like 90%. There is some stuff I do not agree with him on.
Okay. So what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, I'm not necessarily questioning Trump, but it's the certain things like Epstein and maybe who he chose to be with. Her name is Miss Dana, or things like that. But you know, I like to think that maybe there are reasons going on that I don't understand. But you know, I could always be wrong about that.
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. The puppers just barked and scared me. There's not
No,
another
you're good.
dog outside. Calm down. The dog can't get inside the house. Yeah, I know. You're just trying to protect me. It's okay.
You have any questions for me about that, or want me to elaborate?
Yeah, no. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
I couldn't hear what you said.
Can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
3 lies that he has pulled. I cannot
Told
tell
since
you,
he
but
was
I know he has lied.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he has lied. Definitely, I definitely agree with you on that. You know,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know the specific ones, but I've heard he's done pulling some stunts. But I do still support him, though.
Okay.
And the reason why I still support him is because, you know, I don't think that politics is too simple. I don't believe there's any kind of true virtuous path that any politician can take. I kind of believe that you got to pick like the lesser evil, and that's kind of like why I chose Mr. Trump. Although, you know, there's definitely like a lot of stuff I don't agree with him on.
Okay. Well, I don't really care why anybody voted for Donald Trump anymore. Like that was almost a year ago now. Also, guys, she's a Australian Shepherd, not a Border Collie. For those that are guessing Border Collies, it's a good guess, but it's not it.
Yeah, you're good, you know, and I wanted to say something too that, you know, I apologize about all these other supporters that are coming out and just talking trash. It's not a way to represent, you know, ourselves. You know, there is bad in both parties, but, you know, coming on the show and just yelling at this, you know, lady right here, you know, it's not going to solve anything. You know, I don't know too much about this show or anything. I just saw it on a, you know, I was scrolling through the shorts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your night, man. Okay, real quick, guys. For fuck's sake. It's that same number calling back. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am. I would like to say one thing. You're doing a great job. I am a Trump supporter, but I very much support you for coming on here and talking to some people that don't have a mind to be respectful to a woman. So have a great day and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, you too, man. Thank you. Oh, you got there first. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 40.
40? Are you
How
still
are you?
I'll be 34 tomorrow. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
You're awesome.
I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, have a good one, man. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
You're doing a great job. I am a Trump supporter.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, why'd you hang up?
You're not the target audience if you're not sure whether you support him or not. Have a good one. Allo, thank you for the jewels. Thank you for the jewels again. Concern asks if he is not okay with other supporters being disgusting, why is he okay with Donald Trump doing it? You know, that's a great question.
Do you have one?
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, I have a really quick question.
What's up? Oh, why'd you hang up? I was going to answer the question. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you
Kelly?
turn down the stream in the background?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Can you turn down the stream in the background?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, how old are you?
57.
57. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yep. All the way.
All the way. Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I'm sorry. What was that you said again?
Yeah, what has
Well-
you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Why do I support him?
No, what has you
was-
questioning your support?
Your phone. I'm sorry. It's just hard to hear you. What kind of something do I support?
What has you questioning your support?
Oh no, I don't question it. I don't question my support at all. I'm firm on it.
Okay.
Too many-
So can
yeah,
you
there was-
identify
there was
3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
No.
No.
I think he's pretty much lived up to everything he said.
Well, it's not
Yep,
living up to what
mean,
you
there's
said, sir. It's about
definitely there's a
telling lies.
possibility. I mean, there's definitely a possibility that he has not done some things he said, but so far, ratio-wise, percentage-wise, he's kicked every president's ass all over the place. It's promised and delivered.
Okay.
What he said.
Donald
what he says
Trump
he does.
said that
I love
he
that.
has eliminated inflation. Is that true?
Well, I think he's talking tariffs,
No, he literally
dropping
said
dropping
that.
everything down.
That's actually not what they do. He literally said, "We've defeated inflation. We've ended inflation." He's literally said it multiple times. Is that true?
Yeah, I heard
Yes or no?
I think, in a sense, yes. If you
In a
look at it, like,
sense, is that why? What was our inflation rate for September of 2025?
I don't know. I don't keep all the stats. I just see how things are rolling.
It just was released on
And-
Friday, so you haven't paid attention to any news channel in the last
No,
4 days?
I work 12-hour shift work. I
Okay,
can't
good
keep
for
up with
you. Other
everything.
people also work and know this information.
Well, yeah, and that's good for them if they know. But I have a lot of other things going on in life besides
Oh.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
You
So
might not,
here, I'll
but I
help you
do,
out.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll help you out with something. So the inflation rate for September of 2025 is 3%. And for people who don't realize what that percentage means, it means that it's 3% higher than what it was September of 2024, right? And then
Okay.
it was a 0.3% increase over August of 2025 if you take out seasonal changes.
Okay. So it's
So
fractional.
it's
Very, very
literally
minor.
impossible for Donald Trump to be telling the truth when he says, I've ended inflation. It's literally not possible. So inflation is
Okay.
up. We've actually now hit a percentage, 3%, the same as when he came into office. So which means it's also up since he has been president.
Well, you know what? With everything good that has happened, I would say that he's still way ahead of the game. Even if even inflation did rise just a hair, I think that
It wasn't just a
it,
hair. It's up 3%. The cost of goods is up 3% compared to this time last year.
and that's okay. I'm okay
And
with
that's
that.
okay.
As long,
So you're okay
I'm
that
okay
rent
with
is
it as long.
going up. You're okay that the cost of housing is going up because that's included in
Well,
the core
only
CPI numbers.
momentarily.
Only
Momentarily it is.
momentarily. When is it? When are we
Yep.
supposed to see these rates go down? When is it going down? When can I expect that?
We're getting so many trillions of dollars from all these countries coming in now.
Oh yeah, where can I
It's
find those trade deals and like written in that they've actually promised that amount of money? Because anytime I try to look for it, I only get the result of Donald Trump saying that these trade deals occurred, but I never get any single foreign country that also corroborates his story.
well, that's because we're still used to everything how it's been for the last 50 years.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You
If
haven't
if we meet
we
with a
haven't
head of
felt any
state,
trickle
I'm
down
sorry.
yet.
If we meet with a head of state and one head, like, so there's two heads of states that are meeting, right? One head of state says we've got a $500 billion investment from the other head of state. You would think that if that was true, the second head of state, the one that the first one met with, first one being Donald Trump, would say, yes, we've came out with that investment, yet they haven't. So they haven't corroborated his story, and it's been months since he's been putting out that we have $17 billion in investments.
Well, I
Or
know
is
a
it
lot of
18?
businesses
Or
are
is it
coming over here
21
now
billion?
too.
It just keeps going and changing.
I do know a lot of businesses are being built over here now too, which is a great thing.
Yeah, who's broken new ground?
But yeah, I'm not saying Trump's perfect. I don't think
Who
anybody
has
is.
broken new ground?
What's
Thank you,
that?
Angela. I said, okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see what I'll have to restart over here. I'm gonna get you for that la. You know that's not a thing. Don't even play. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. Mother, I hate everything. I hate everything. Okay, did the other one, is it still going? Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. No. We have a new router, like a couple of new routers coming in because the ones that we currently have are just like being dumb. Guys, we have a raid coming from Comrade. Can we get W Comrade Raiders in the chat? Appreciate that. W Comrade B. It was just getting good. It's okay. It wasn't getting good. He wasn't going to be able to answer the question. Bees. Guys, if you're new here, coming over from Comrade, be sure to hit that follow button up at the top. If you're new here in general over on the TikTok side, hit that follow button. I have a couple of things to read out real quick. Thank you again for the jewels over here. Thank you, Red Lantern, for the happy birthday wish. Happy birthday tomorrow. First time here. Thank you. Guillermo. Thank you as well for the $5 for the birthday wish. Says happy birthday. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Degan Diver says, we love well-spoken and knowledgeable young fighters. Thank you for following up better than reporters do. I appreciate that. And thank you, Humdrum, for the $1.99. Yeah, B-Raid. Let's go, guys. It is my birthday tomorrow. WB Raiders. We'll just keep saying that for a moment. I need to put up a thing that says thanks, Raiders. Hold on. Did I not have a text for that? Let me see. Settings. We'll make one. See if I can find it. Did that go on? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Made that way too big. There we go. We got it right there. We'll leave that up there for a moment. We'll open this back up to callers, hopefully. People came back. Thank you for the jewels, guys. I appreciate you. Let's see.
You're awesome.
Could be true, Degan. They could be. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am here.
Hey, how old are you?
30.
30. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Indeed, I am. Happy early birthday as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So what has you
So-
questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I don't have any question in my support in my party. I'm actually an independent, but I do support Donald Trump for a few various reasons. One is there is a large amount of criminality in the country, and I believe that Donald Trump has done as much diligent work as he can to try to mitigate some of these criminal acts that are occurring.
Cool. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
I'm getting a lot of feedback. No, I can't. Not off the top of my head. Can you enlighten me to those lies?
Donald Trump said that he's ended inflation. Is that true?
I'm not going to say he's ended it, but I definitely feel like he has done just as much as any president before him to try to lower the gas prices.
It's not about lowering one price of goods, sir. Are you aware that gas prices are excluded from the core inflation numbers that are released? So like while it's tallied up and they calculate it, it's not included in the overall number that's released to show what the inflation is across the country. Are you aware of that?
Negative.
Okay. So when I tell you that inflation is at 3%, that is not including the price of gas, nor is it including the cost of groceries. Those are measured separately, and all of those are up. And what he
Okay.
said was, I've ended inflation. And yet we're at a
So-
3% inflation rate for the month of September, which means prices are 3% higher than they were in September of 2024 and 0.3% higher than they were in August of 2025.
By a minuscule amount. I think in 2024 it was 2.7%.
No,
and
it
it's
was
only up to
2.4%.
6% now.
No, incorrect. I see you're still not understanding what I'm saying. In September of 2024, it was at a 2.4% inflation rate, right? Which means it was 2.4% higher than September of 2023. The 3% means that it's 3% higher than it was in September of 2024. So not saying that it's the 0.6% difference that we just look at mathematically. That's not what it actually is calculating. It's saying that it is up year over year 3% compared to last year's number and accounting for seasonal adjustments.
Correct. But you got to consider like the difference between core inflation and consumer price index. There's a huge difference there. So
The
yes, we're paying
CPI
less
is the core
at the grocery
inflation.
stores. However, cost of living
Is up.
slightly higher. Yes.
Yeah, that's up,
But-
and that's included in the
but-
overall. That is like the core inflation is CPI, sir.
Right. But the consumer price index is significantly lower for everyday working Americans than it
No,
would
it's
be
not.
for like
It is not.
a major
That is what
a major
CPI
conglomerate.
measures across the board, sir, is that on average, prices are up 3% compared to this time last year across the entirety of the United States, and that is affecting all American citizens. It is not just what you feel in your state or what a handful of people that you know feel in your state. Like, overall, everything is up. And again, the items that are left out for the core inflation number for the CPI data is groceries and gas prices. Groceries are way up compared to this time last year. Gas prices, I think
mean,
they
you can look
finally
at
are no
his
longer
first-
up anymore.
Look at the term of his first presidency. It was almost double what it is now. It was like almost 7%.
What was almost double?
The inflation rate in 2021 was like almost 7%, like 6.7%,
No, we
which is
didn't reach our
double the
highest
amount.
until 2022. You're really not
So
following, are you? It still
highest was
doesn't matter.
2021. It was 7%. In 2020, when he took office, it was 1.4%. And
I'm
we had just came out of recessions from 2008 during the Obama administration, which a
Who
lot
was
of that we were
president in
seeing
2008?
in 2008.
Yeah.
That was the end of the Bush administration coming into the Obama administration.
No, for the entirety of 2008, it was Bush. For the entirety of 2008, it was Bush. Donald Trump left office January 20th
sorry,
at
I meant
11:59 a.m. 2021.
2009. Obama was inaugurated on January 20th, 2009.
Yes,
Right.
correct.
So coming out of Bush into Obama, if you take the inflation rates from Bush and Obama, there's not that much of a significant difference. That's all I'm trying to point out to you. Out of curiosity, what are some reasons that you dislike Donald Trump other
No,
than
I'm being for real though. Can you admit that Donald Trump saying I've ended inflation is a lie? Yes or no?
I would say it's speculation.
So you just
Some
can't
would
admit
say
that it's a
some
lie.
would say yes. Some would say yes, some would say no. It's hard to say because the numbers are so minuscule. It's hard to be, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to be dead set yes or no because it's such, if you look at the last 10, 20 years, it's such a minuscule amount. It almost doesn't matter. I know personally in my state, from Biden to the first Trump presidency to the Obama presidency, I've noticed price increases and decreases. Yes, in my state, I'm in the home state of Texas, but
Yay, good for
other
you.
states
So
gonna
it's
be
not a
higher.
lie. I just want to be clear. It's just not a lie when Donald Trump out and out says, "I've ended inflation. We have defeated inflation." It's not a lie.
I wouldn't say it was a lie. Maybe he just poorly construed what he was trying to say. I'm not defending him one way or the other.
Do you have some cheese to
One
go
could-
with that pretzel? I do like beer cheese to go with pretzels.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question.
Do you have some beer cheese with that pretzel?
No, I don't like beer cheese or pretzels.
Oh, well, sure sounds like you do. You just pretzeled hardcore, man.
No, I'm just simply saying, like, if
No,
you
you
look
literally just like
from
pretzeled to your
2008
whole life.
through the Obama administration, through the first Trump administration, and through Biden presidency, and now the current Trump administration,
Yeah.
you're looking at a 3% difference from 20 years. Across 20 years,
It
3%
would be
difference.
compounded, bro.
Yes, but that would change each term.
No, bro, it would be compounded. I know you don't know what that word means. You already had a pretzel yourself to just say that that's not a lie. Oh my god. Okay.
All right, may I ask my question now?
No.
Okay.
Bye. I can't talk to overall pretzeling to death there. Exactly, Jim. There is literally no such thing as 0% inflation. Why is it so hard just to be like, yeah, that's kind of a lie. He shouldn't have said that. What? Just say that. Just say, maybe he shouldn't have said that. That's kind of lying. Right? Like, bro, what? Just fucking Admit it. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to do is think critically. Like, I think it takes, honestly, I think it takes more brain power to pretzel yourself this much. I should have bought one that wasn't smiling. But I think it takes more brain power to pretzel yourself than to just sit back and be like, yeah, I think that's a lie. Okay. Thank you, Degan, for the $4.99. Could be. Concern said denial. Yeah, that was the last guest. It was very bad. Yeah, exactly. He should have said that it was false. The end. Like, that's all you have to say. It's freaking crazy. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 56.
56. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Kind of in a way, but kind of in a way I'm really on the fence right now, honestly.
Okay. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, if people would just open their eyes, it's not hard to see the economy has completely gone to hell. The cost of living, the cost of groceries, I mean, the insurance, the taxes, I mean, just the job market, I take your pick, I don't know what's worse at this point. People are suffering right now. And one really big thing, and luckily I don't have to worry about this, but, we're just a couple of days away from millions of Americans going hungry. And, and then finding out, that Trump could be tapping into some kind of reserves to feed people who are not going to be getting their SNAP benefits, and he literally chose not to. This is not okay.
No, I agree with you. It's definitely not looking good. I think they're estimating about at least 40 million American citizens will be looking at losing or facing food insecurity, I believe is how it's phrased, next month. Yeah, so just in, well, sorry, I shouldn't even say next month. It's just in 4 days.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing for me is the children. There's a lot of children that are not going to understand, why, they're missing a meal a day or missing a couple meals a day. They're not going to understand this. All they know is they're going to be hungry. And I'm having a hard time with this because I supported Trump. Never in my life have I ever been a political person, but when I always said if Donald Trump ever ran that I would be on board, and I was. So for the first time in my life when he came down the escalator is when I voted for the presidency ever. And now I don't know what's happened. I really, really do not know what's happened. All I know is that America is on fire. That's how I feel. We are on fire. And nobody's coming to our aid. And I don't know what the answer is. All I know is that every single day I'm seeing things get worse and worse and worse, and people are struggling. And people, I can't afford to live in a traditional home. I live in my camper. And this is a direction that a lot of Americans are going to. They're getting RVs and campers and living in them with their families. I mean, is this really what America is about? Is this what we're supposed to be about?
No, I don't think it is, but it's definitely what we've come to. So I am just curious because it doesn't, I do definitely see how you're questioning it. So what has you, like, why would you even say that you were still supporting Trump?
I guess I just don't like to give up on people. I'm hoping that in some way that maybe I'm just looking at this wrong. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but the bad things that I'm seeing is heavily outweighing that. And and another thing that doesn't look good to me is a couple of times I went online, If you go to Google and you pull up, like how to contact the president, and you go on to the White House website and write a letter or whatever, it doesn't let you do it anymore. You can't do it. So you can't send the president your thoughts and comments and stuff like that. So that's not sitting right with me either. So it's almost like, they don't want to know what Americans are saying. They just want to just have their blinders on and go towards whatever it is that they're going towards, which at this point I'm not quite sure what that is. But I don't think that they're focusing on the big picture and what's happening. And Trump is saying, oh, the economy is great. No, the economy is not great. We're on fire. So I don't know.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say, and I do say this to a lot of people. Okay. You can support the United States of America. You can support the office of the presidency without supporting the person that sits there. And it definitely sounds like you don't support the person that sits there. And it's still like very American to be critical of the president of the United States and also still just support the United States as a whole because you hope that he doesn't fail, right? Because I have
Right.
that same opinion. I don't want a failing presidency. I don't. I want the United States to be successful. I don't want our country to go to absolute hell in a handbasket, right? But and that's why I say I don't support him because I see the destruction that he is causing, but I still have some kind of like hope that somehow he can turn it back around. There's no guarantee, but that still doesn't make me personally feel like I have to support him. I think that you are working through the reasons why I would assume you voted for him, and then also like coming to grips with the fact that he's not doing the things that he really said he was going to do, and it is harming the American people. So I do appreciate that you are coming to the realization, and I would agree it doesn't really sound like you are supporting him, but you still support the United States of America as a whole.
Well, can you put what do you think is a contributing factor to what's happening in America? Like the bad economy, everything going up. I mean, to the point to where people are just really, really not living. What do you think is a contributing factor?
Honestly, so
I'm sorry, what?
in my opinion, okay. The as it is right now, the American government let things get too out of hand, right? I mean this in all honesty, right? Joe Biden, he had an opportunity to do a lot for the country. He didn't get it done. Okay. There could have been some kind of price controlling done. There could have been anything done on his part to, again, try to mitigate what actually occurred. And I don't think that it helped at all in any way, shape, or form for him to say, oh, yeah, the economy is doing great when nobody was seeing that. Because statistically, numerically wise, the economy was doing well, but people couldn't relate because you and I weren't feeling it going well, right? Lying to the American people, because I would say that there is a point where that is considered a lie by Biden. And then
I call it gaslighting, but okay.
yeah, gaslighting can work, which is a form of lying. And then Donald Trump outwardly lying, saying that he's ended inflation and everything's doing well and blah, 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 blah. None of these things are helping the American people when we don't feel it at our wallet, right? Like we don't, you can tell me until my face is like, until you're red in the face that the economy is doing great. But if we don't feel it, then we're not going to relate to that number. Somehow, though, there's a lot of Trump voters that are. I don't know how. There is, like, we are facing a system where we're unfortunately seeing a lot of hate come back to the forefront in America, and that's not a good thing. And I think that that's the driving
Right.
force when we've made an enemy out of a small percentage of the population, right? I'm not going to name exactly which ones it is. There's multiple communities that this president in one side of the aisle has made it, like has made them the enemy somehow. And so I think that's another driving force. There are people that are so focused on hating a group of individuals that they're just buying into everything that is being said. But as far as like, let's say the economy, for example, this isn't just a United States issue. This is a worldwide issue. We see the cost of housing going up across the world, including in countries that have control, like rent controls and shit, like Australia, and other European, like, sorry, and European countries. Australia is not European, so I started saying that wrong. But yeah, like this isn't just an us problem, it is a worldwide issue because we're still recoiling from a worldwide pandemic that no one was prepared enough for.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's just
Yeah,
we're still
I think that's a good point. I think that, you know, if you think about it, it all did start with the pandemic, and it's just been sliding downhill ever since. And yeah, we haven't recovered from it. And as far as the hate goes, I agree. There is an epidemic of hate in this country. I don't know if I would categorize it though more towards like one specific kind of people. I just kind of see it. Everybody. I mean, there's just a lot of people these days are just angry, like all the time. You know, I work in a position where I see people face to face every day. And people are just angry, and a lot of times it just seems like that's just who they are. They literally walk around angry, and I think that the C word, I think it broke people, and you know, like, I don't know if they need mental help or what it is, but you know, I think that this has just been, you know, just kind of going downhill. But I mean, probably going left, and you know, probably shouldn't do that. But you know, I don't know. I mean, this thing with Trump and everything in the economy and the way everything is, I see video after video, and people just don't think it's going to get better. And the more that I see it every single day, like yesterday, so I work in a truck stop. I'm a cashier at a truck stop, and we have a deli and of hot food. And a person came in yesterday to get a plate of hot food, and you can just tell he was just kind of down. And he slides his card, and it declined. And he does it again, and it declined. And the man, I felt so bad for me. He literally sighed as he turned around and walked away. I said, "Excuse me," and I just slid the bag across the counter to him. I said, "Just take it," because we would have had to throw it away. But this is what we've come to in America. You know, people can't eat, and I don't know what's going on. It's so disheartening. It breaks my heart. And I'm afraid for what's coming in a few days. I really am.
No, I don't disagree with you. And like I said, I think I honestly think you're already at the point where you really don't support Donald Trump. And I think, like I said, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to. I personally don't support anything but the office of the presidency in the United States of America. And that's because Donald Trump hasn't done anything, in my opinion, to earn any kind of continued support for anybody, at least in my opinion. But yeah, no, I hope things get better, but that honestly isn't going to happen until we get, and everybody's gonna hate this because everybody thinks it's a dirty word, until we have more socialist policies enacted in our country.
Do you really think socialism is the answer?
No, just socialist policies.
What if okay, so what do you mean? What would be the difference?
So we're never going to have a socialized governing system, and I'm okay with that. Because people are so afraid of the word socialism, they don't understand it, right? But the idea of socialism is it's the means of production are owned by the people, right? Or the government. And we're already seeing some of those socialized policies being enacted by the Trump administration. But I think the most important socialized policies that we can see enacted in the United States are going to be price controls. The things that Zoran Mamdani has been like preaching about on his campaign trail for mayor of New York. So that's why I said, like, we're never going to get true socialism. Democratic socialists are probably the way to go. Because those are the only way that we're going to see the kind of policies enacted that could actually help people. Universal health care, for example. If we have universal health care enacted, then we wouldn't be seeing medical bills being the number one reason why people file for bankruptcy in the United States of America now, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's part of the issue. People are like, it'll cost more, but no, it really wouldn't. If people think about it for a moment, you already pay Medicaid and Medicare out of your FICA taxes that come out every single paycheck. You pay for health
Mm-hmm.
insurance premiums before you can even use health insurance, right? That comes out of your paycheck automatically. Then you're paying co-pays when you get to the office, and then you have to meet an annual deductible before your insurance covers all of it, right? If we had
Mm-hmm.
universal health care, all of those things turn into one tax, and it would still cost less because we're not paying that out-of-pocket deductible. If someone's out-of-pocket deductible, I think the lowest now is like $750 or $1,500. If it's $750, more than likely, like all that's being added into what they would normally pay is maybe $300. Every statistical model that has been done, or budget model that has been done for the United States, has shown that if we convert it to universal healthcare, like true universal healthcare, it would be cheaper for everyone. We would actually save money. And that's why, like, someone's asking me about the Affordable Care Act. It was flawed to start with. Great concept, but it was flawed.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted originally to be universal health care. It just was
Mm-hmm.
flawed enough. They couldn't get enough people to agree with it. But the thing is, like, people are like, well, what about the jobs? We already have insurance employees that work at insurance companies, and all we have to do is convert them to government employees for universal Medicaid, Medicare. Right? That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be the name, but just like to roll it into Medicaid, Medicare. That's all it would have to be, right? But that would save it overall. But we already have, like, just to go back to socialist policies, we already have socialist policies in place. Our police force, our firefighters, the roads that you drive on, the road signs that you see, those are all socialized policies because that's all the means and productions that are controlled or owned by the governments, like your local municipalities. Like, most people don't realize that in order for somebody for any road like being repaired, that all has to be like voted on, that all has to be decided, who's getting the contract and everything else. And this is all usually, in most states, it's publicly available information, and the public could go to those committee meetings and be like, hey, we don't need this, or be like, hey, we need this, right? Like, these are already socialist programs because we own the rights to the means and productions of our bridges. Our taxes fund the police department. They fund some, not all, fire departments, but all of that are socialist programs. And to be honest, we haven't had any true leftist Democrats even campaign for office in a long time. But I would also just say, like, in my opinion, the best thing that you can do, even if you're worried about voting again, since you said that the only time you've ever voted was for Trump, if you decide to vote in your midterms, which is the most important thing you can do, even if you don't vote for the federal branch, you need to vote for your local elections because those have the most effect on you. Vote blue. I don't know what else to tell you on that one, or just at least really heavily evaluate their policies and see if there's anything that you truly can agree with that are going to advance ideas of bringing down prices, because that would be like the major thing here, that we're not, like, unless we have some kind of law that says we can manage prices at a government level, we're never going to get these prices to go back down, or at least go up at a steady pace.
Well, so I live in Florida, and I know that our governor is he's on his last term, of course, he's got to go.
Yep.
And I know that he's trying to pass something to where if you own your home in Florida, that you don't have to pay any more taxes. You know, so you're truly a homeowner. And I don't know if he's going to get this done, but I mean, I hope that he does, because I know that a lot of people here are struggling, you know, with the cost of living and the taxes going up and stuff, especially if you're living like in South Florida, like in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, places like that. I mean, it is so hard, so hard. So, but, and I know, you know, he's Republican, but, you know, the point that I'm making is that could help. It really could help.
It
but
could, but I
something is
don't.
going to
I'm
have
not
to
sure
be
he's
done.
really too serious about it, and I'll say it because I get news alerts. He's already like the Republicans in Congress have submitted 17 different proposals to him to be like, hey, are
Mhm.
you good with this if we put it on the floor? And of course,
Mhm.
he's basically at war with all the Republicans in the state Congress in Florida, and he shot each and every single one of them down because they're quote not doing enough. Um, but he doesn't explain more, and he doesn't. As
Mm.
all the Republicans have come out and said, he's not giving us instructions on what exactly he wants to see. So they're trying to write this legislation completely blind, minus his blanket statement of end property taxes, right? Which is an okay concept. The reason why I have an issue with that is Florida already has no state income tax. The property taxes are used to fund and pay for public schools. What's going to happen to the public schools in Florida if if those property taxes are gone? Something's gonna have
Well,
to give.
that's a good point,
Yeah.
but
I don't
mean,
agree. I
it,
don't disagree. The idea of it is awesome, but the execution of it and what comes after it has me worried.
but it's not for every person in Florida who owns a home. It's just for the people who own their home, like the home is paid off.
Right, yeah,
So
they have no
if you still got a
mortgage.
mortgage payment, then you still got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where he was going with that. So I still would think that that there would be enough to help with what you just said, with the public schools and things like that. Because I mean, a lot of people are moving here from out of state, and it's like they're kind of having trouble keeping up. Although with the cost of living and everything, I'm not sure how people are doing it, but people are still moving here. So
Oh, it's because
I
they're
don't, I
coming
don't
from states that have high cost of living, and so they come here and they're like, "Oh, this is cheap." I know this because I
yeah.
have moved multiple times. I've lived in 5 different states. So like I
Mhm.
know exactly how that feels. Like I took a pay cut on my most recent move because according to the cost of living index, even I'm getting paid based off of cost of living adjustments, what I got paid there, just even though it's a lower dollar amount. It goes
Mhm.
further where
Mhm.
where I moved to. So I
Mhm.
get it, but that's how it happens. Well, ma'am, I do appreciate
Mhm.
you. And like I said, it sounds like you really don't support him anymore, and like you just support the office of the presidency. Hope he does well. And what I would encourage you to do is, speak out about what he's doing wrong, even if it's just to friends or family. But and vote in the midterms, vote in your local elections at the very very least. So vote for governor in your state. Okay, the next governor.
Yeah, I try to do that. I try to speak out about it, but I mean, as you probably know with your show and everything, it's like, most Trump supporters are really, really diehard Trump supporters, and
Yep.
it's like he could set the entire country on
Awesome.
fire, and they're still like, yeah, But me, I mean, it's like I'm like, well, I've always, just kind of looked at everybody like, what do you got going on? What do you got going on? And just kind of think about, who's gonna be the best person. Although I haven't voted before Trump, but that's just kind of how I looked at things. So it's like, I'm not the kind of person that is like, yeah, Trump forever, no matter what. I'm not like that with anything in my life. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you about it. It doesn't matter if I know you, don't know you, if you're my child, whoever you are. If I think you're wrong, you're wrong. So, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, it's not everybody feels like that. So yeah, I'm having a hard time finding people that are receptive to me going, hey, wait a minute. This is not looking right. This is not okay. It's not okay for millions of children that's going to be hungry next week. This is not cool.
And then what I would just say is just stand your ground. Like, just be like, I have a humanist stance. I don't believe that any children, especially American citizens, should go hungry. And that's all you can
Right.
be like. And you know what? That's a hard line for me. And then that's all you have to say is like, that's just what I feel. And you just go with that. You don't have to,
Yeah.
not all conversations have to turn into a disagreement or an argument. But yeah, I do hope you have a great rest of your Monday. It was a nice conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you too, and happy
course.
early birthday.
Thank you. You have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys, let me go through some of these. Yes, Degan, they act like Trump has a blackmail file on them. That's very true. Thank you for the jewels, Indominus. Thank you again for the jewels. Eddie says in Australia, we have a public benefit scheme. While it takes a bit of effort to qualify for, it took me about 2 years. I now get a medication that is top therapy. It costs $6,000 per shot, $36,000 a year. I pay $40 per shot, $240 a year. Dude, that's what needs to happen, especially for insulin, because the insulin's way too expensive. There's a lot of shots that people take for freaking migraines that are super freaking expensive. Holy baloney. Woof. Lando. Okay, so what do I think about Dean and Parker? They are very smart boys. They have controversies that surround them, and I understand that. They're smart kids. I mean, I don't really know what else to say except they're smart. I think that the difference between me and them is that they are here for the debate, and they are here for their debate tactic and style, and they're there to win specifically. I'm here to have a conversation. So they are great at what they do on focusing on winning debates. I am here to try to have conversations. But again, like I said, they're great at what they do, focusing to win the debate. And Cece, you can say that, but I am older than them, and they do sometimes act like children. So. I hope that answers your question, Lando. I'm just not focused on a debate tactic. That's all. I like conversations. Yeah, listen, I will listen in on them. I will tune into them, and I'll like listen and be like, okay, something I didn't know. I learn new stuff from them and I look it up. Oh, thanks. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
Yes, I'm 20 years old. My name is Moses, and I'm from Florida.
Okay, Moses. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Of course I am.
Okay, what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
First off, what's your name, and what's your party affiliation?
I'm not politically affiliated with either party. I'm literally registered as a non-affiliated voter.
Okay, so you support no sides of it?
Yeah.
Where are you leaning towards?
I don't.
Okay, so so where is your foundation? Where do you get your morals? What party do you more align with?
My morality is determined by my own self-determination.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What is a woman?
A woman is anybody that their personal schema identifies themselves as what society knows as a woman.
And this is why you're a Democrat.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
just a
have-
humanist. If you want
okay,
if you
so
want to put a
you-
label
you
on me,
have-
sir,
you-
if you want to put a
you
label
have-
on me, sir,
you
you can
have-
call me a
You have
humanist.
no IQ.
Because what
First
I
of all, you
do,
have no
what I
IQ.
believe in is the fact that everybody gets to be an individual as they so choose, because it's not personally affecting me, nor is it affecting mine, nor is it affecting the majority of society. Individuals such as yourself that get so hung up on what is a woman, what is a man. I'm going to give you an answer here that maybe I hope you can understand. Somebody was literally asked
don't speak
before
the truth.
to what
You
is
don't-
a
you
what is a
don't speak the
woman,
truth.
and the person responded to, well, what is a man? And their response was, I'm a man, and that was the end of that. So here's the answer. What is a woman? I am a woman. I hope that helps. Does that help answer your question? This was an accepted answer by somebody else, so I'm a woman.
I mean, You can't answer what a woman is.
I already
mean,
did. You just
think
disagreed with what my answer is.
okay?
So, because here's what
No,
you are
okay.
doing. You
So
are confusing two different things. You are
throughout
conflating gender with
okay,
sex.
throughout
Okay, so gender is not the same as sex. How do I know? Because if I ask my dog what they are, is my dog going to know whether they are male, female, boy, or girl? No, right? Because we don't identify anything else other than humans as men or women, girls or boys, right? That is strictly a humanity term. So, but male and female is the same across the board, across all animal life in existence. It's the same across the board. They even have intersex out there, right? Which we know is also a human thing as well. Okay, gender is
done?
quite literally
Are
a
you done?
social construct that you are incapable of grasping, and you've proven this point already. Okay, so it
All
is
right.
those
You
individuals
just
that
spent 2
identify with
minutes
their
saying a whole
personal
lot of nothing.
schema as
Spent
what
2 minutes
considers them a
saying
woman
a whole
by
lot of nothing.
society, right? Because
You
again,
perceive
you are conflating
that
two
poor
different
young
things.
woman.
You are conflating two different things. Sex is not the same as gender. That is just the way it is. Otherwise, we wouldn't see different pairings or individuals being born with both sets of genitalia where people don't know which one it is. And then the parents have to make a decision what they want their child to be, which I think is
Oh,
irrehensible
so
anyways if they do it
you
prior to the age
you
of
are
puberty
okay
for
with sex
children.
changes.
But
So
I
you are
just
okay with
don't get the point of what the whole gish gallop is of like, I'm gonna prove a point and show that you must be a crazy radical leftist because you
I mean, you have no
say
IQ.
that, oh my
You just
god,
proved
a
to me you have
woman
no
is
IQ. You
not
have
what
no
I
IQ.
believe a woman to
You don't know
be.
what a
Oh
woman
my
is.
god, I'm so
So
upset, spaghetti.
why
You
would I
can't
listen to
agree with
anything you
me.
say
It's
if
so
you can't define
sad.
a
It's so
woman? You
sad that
don't
you are
look
so
for the truth.
obsessed with
You're looking for
1% of the
your
United
subject.
States population, which is still 3 million people, but you are so obsessed with 1% of the United States population that this is breaking your brain. So
No, it's
I'm
not
also
breaking
going to
my.
give you another hint,
It's
like to be
defeating
very, very,
your foundation.
very clear. Nothing in the Bible
Your
says that it's
foundation does
wrong
not
to be a
suggest they're on
transgendered
truth. Your
individual.
foundation
Nothing in the
is
Bible
what
says
you
that that's
do.
wrong. It's just your literal own personal morality that you decided to get hung up on.
It's
Your
not
own personal
morality. It's what
morality. It's
God
literally not.
created.
It's literally not. Tell me
Define
where
it
in the
as.
Bible, tell me where in the Bible it says it's wrong to be a transgender individual. Where? What verse?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, actually, I see. This is how I know you haven't read your Bible. I'm going to help you out with this one. Sodom and Gomorrah was actually about the lack of consent when it comes to sexual acts. If you've actually read the Bible or you've actually read Sodom and Gomorrah, you would understand that the people that they were going after, right, the individuals that were reporting the fact that these things that were happening within the city of Sodom, that city, were happening to outsiders. It was the outsiders that were leaving the place after they were victimized and raped by the inhabitant men in their town that left because it wasn't affected by insiders. Insiders never had any knowledge of it. And we know that they specifically wanted to rape individuals that came in there from the outside because, what was his name? Lot, when he offered them to have direct relations to rape his daughters who were virgins, they declined and they still wanted to go after the angels. It was because of a lack of consent, because it was for rape. It was taking away consent is the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah, that town, was destroyed by God and his angels. I really hope that helps.
How do you take the Bible out of context like that?
I'm not taking it out of context. It's actually individuals such as yourself that don't understand what the original words, the Hebrew or the Aramaic writing actually means. And so you have twisted it to fit your ideology of what it means, because even the King James Version isn't even a correct direct translation of the Bible. So if you actually go back further and you look at other prior ones, you would learn these things. If you actually listen to anybody that talks talks about the original translations from Hebrew and Aramaic, you would understand that that's not what that was about. It was literally about the lack of consent. Homosexual was not a word that was known at the time of when the Bible occurred. That was not a word that was known. That was something that has only come up in the last 100 years that we added into it because we as humans determined that it was wrong. But if you look at the actual original language, because scholars do know how to translate the original language, they would explain it to you the exact same way that I am explaining it to you now, that it was due to a lack of consent of acts being done on people that were visiting there. Not the insiders. It was the insiders attacking the outsiders and saying they're fucking them, right? Like they were doing it from a lack of consent. They were violating the idea of consent in doing that.
Okay.
Perfect ending. Okay. You're right. I was super. You guys don't read your fucking Bible. You don't research the shit. Vicariously, don't pray for me. This is funny. Y'all MAGA are so offended that I'm gay. You're so bothered. Get over it. Dagan, thank you for the $4.99. Says, you might be my hero. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
41.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Well, this is the thing. I was kind of for Trump. You know, he was saying a lot of good stuff, you know. Lower prices on stuff, you know, bring in manufacturing back. But then, you know, after that first 100 days, started looking a little dark, you know, with these tariffs. I don't really understand how he got into tariffs.
He
So,
literally
you know.
promised that on the campaign trail.
Well, yeah, you know, I figured he would have like a little, you know, when you start talking about the tariffs, you kind of think like he's going to have a committee and like see if, you know, these ideas are really going to work. But he came out with like a poster board of like wild numbers that didn't make mathematical sense. But then that's when I started getting worried. You know. And then,
Well,
you know,
you're
now
not really sure. You kind of said that you don't really support him, so I am going to move on because you're not my target audience, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, MAGA biatch.
Okay. How old are? Oh, okay. I was going to ask. Also, I almost forgot. Nancy, thank you so much for the 20 over on the Blue app. Nancy said, happy early birthday to one of the smartest girl on these TikTok streets. I appreciate that one. Thank you, Nancy. I hope you're still in here. I'm so sorry if I missed it and you had already left. I don't know if we're going to end up getting another caller because those conversations always drive the live into oblivion because nobody actually likes to hear those conversations. I don't really blame them. I don't enjoy having them. I don't enjoy the fact that individuals think it's okay to attack 1% of the population. It's fucking weird. Just let people be people. Thank you for calling the the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 15. I'd like to make some points. So
You're 15. I can't talk to you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am there. Hello.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 32.
32. Are you still supporting Trump?
For the most part, I would say.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Questioning it, I mean, I think the big thing that I think really everybody should be talking about is the lack of clarity around the Epstein files. That was one of the biggest things that I was excited about, was to finally get some answers there. But the administration's been quiet about it, and that's not cool. And I don't think anybody should give anyone a pass for that sort of thing.
Okay. And can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Probably not. I'm actually cooking dinner right now, so I'm multitasking. But I saw your stream, and I'm trying to watch here. I listened to you say that you're really interested in conversations, and then I heard you seemed like you were shouting down the guy that was
Oh, because he
on this
wasn't
whole.
interested in a conversation, sir, because he
I'm
laughed
I'm
off my answer just because he didn't like it. And then
he
went into
definitely
personal
was not.
insults by calling me delusional. So he's the one that derailed it just because he didn't like my answer.
I'll tell you
So,
what. No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like people should talk to each other more, and they should fight less. So
yeah.
I probably wouldn't agree with a lot of your politics. I don't think you'd agree with mine, but I do like the idea that you're interested in reaching out to the other side of this whole thing and actually having a conversation, like, as a human being, and not demonizing each other. I genuinely believe that more than likely a lot of your beliefs come from a place of compassion and, trying to do what's right for everyone involved. So that's my take on that. And I just wanted to say I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Yep. If you did want to have a conversation, though, I mean, do you feel like you could tell me something that you feel like Donald Trump has been totally dishonest about, that maybe I could give some perspective on why I still feel like I should support it?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that he's probably been the most dishonest about is blaming the entirety of the shutdown on the Democratic Party. Because even he didn't have those views back in 2011, 2013. He was actually explicitly asked by Fox News host, MSNBC, whose fault do you think the government shutdown would be if it were to shut down? He's like, well, you can't blame the minority party because they have no power in Congress. They're the minority. You also shouldn't blame the majority party because there's only so much work that they can do, and it should fall squarely on the head or the responsibility of the President of the United States, because it's his job to get people together. Where he's being asked by reporters on a nearly daily basis about if he would ever consider or will consider meeting with the Democrats in Congress in order to end this government shutdown, and he just says there's no need. So listen, I'm not
do you feel
saying
like
that the Democrats had zero responsibility in shutting down the government, because it absolutely, in order for the CR to pass on its base level, it would require the 60 vote filibuster. But they don't have power. The only thing they can do is to not vote for the continuing resolution. And because it was only worked up by one party, literally a total partisan bill, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they're not, the Republicans are
I
refusing
had a
to talk to
question.
them. What's up? Sorry.
I had a question. Did you thank you. Do you feel like Trump and the Republicans are more than likely utilizing the government shutdown as a tool for themselves in order to help, further their own ends?
Oh,
For example,
100%.
shrinking
Donald
the size
Trump,
of government, that sort of thing?
yeah, Donald Trump admitted as much on his True Social post, literally right before the government shut down. He said, I guess the Democrats want the government to shut down, and that's cool. I'll reach out with OMB director Russ Vought of Project 2025 fame, and we're just going to start firing people. And now he's looking at ways to make sure that furloughed employees aren't able to get paid back pay, or people that have been working don't get paid back paid, even though they've been going into their job and working. And it's always been a fact that when the government were to shut down, people get back
You're
pay.
awesome.
But he's looking at ways to avoid it. So yes, I would say it's 100% a part of it.
Definitely seems like the mindset of a business owner. You know what I mean? Those things cut costs as you can. I would say that, things are completely divided. Things are completely partisan, and you're probably not going to see a lot of conceding from either side. People, going, hey, hey, maybe we were wrong about this. I shouldn't have blamed the Democrats for this sort of thing, or Republicans doing vice versa. Do you think that it's is it wrong or immoral or improper for the duly elected president to use their powers that be in order to further their own agenda?
No.
I personally, I know a lot of people disagree with this, but personally, from my perspective, what it seems like is there was a mandate in place because there was the popular vote, there was the House, Senate, and people wanted this guy in office, and then after he got in office, he started doing some of the things that people wanted, not all of it, and I won't sit here and try to defend his entire speech record of everything that he's promised. Every single president promises things and doesn't fulfill on that, but people wanted this guy in office. They wanted him to do these things with immigration, and they're okay with him using this government shutdown to further their agenda. Would you see any moral issues with that sort of thing if it was on the other side, for example?
So first of all, I just want to point something out. While he won the popular vote by number only, which means he won the plurality, he did not win the majority of the vote because more people actually voted against Donald Trump than voted for him. He only got 49.8% of the vote, which means 50.2% of everyone that got out and voted against Donald Trump. So I would inherently
Sure.
disagree with it being considered a mandate.
Sure.
As far as pushing their own agenda, no, because the party, the representatives that are elected into Congress are there to work for their people. They're not supposed to push some kind of loyalty agenda by the president of the United States. And I would say that on both sides, right? We have elected these officials across the board. They work for the people of the United States, not for themselves. So any phrasing of pushing their own agenda to me is inherently wrong because it's individuals that put them into place and they're ignoring the cries of the people. Also, according to exit polls, the number one reason why people voted for Donald Trump was for the economy, and he's failing on the economy in current polls numbers now. Immigration was not their hot button issue.
I'd say that's probably a close second, but let me say this. Genuinely, I feel like in a perfect world, what you're describing is completely accurate. There should not be partisan hackery going on in any sort of political alignment. But I mean, and I do say this with all due respect, genuinely, do you think that that's realistic in 2025? That there's not going to be there's not going to be either side using the government to the fullest of their ability to try to affect the other side, because it feels like, and I would think that a lot of MAGA supporters would agree, what it would feel like is that there seems to be an agenda with the powers that be to silence and shut down. And I'm not saying that you do this. I genuinely, you're having me on your show. You're letting me speak my opinions freely, which thank you. But silence, to shut down, to force out, to keep these ideas from actually catching ground or getting out into the public. We saw that during 2020 with COVID. We saw that with them suppressing the counter COVID narratives over and over again. One of my close friends is a nurse who worked in the COVID wing at his hospital. He was seeing it in front of his face every single day, and he had his own opinions, and he was silenced also. He's not like some influencer. He's just a guy. But his posts were all taken down off the internet as well. And I feel like that's probably, I would say one of the probably bigger than, the economy or immigration. I think that people were 100% voting against an administration that, from their perspective, didn't want them to speak and didn't want to hear what they had to say. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Hello?
Sorry, to be honest, I was a little bit confused on everything that you said because it was a lot of points that you were making in one go. I don't truly believe that this is a real two sides issue. And I think that's a problem for everyone to be like, it's the same on both sides. It's not.
Here,
Especially,
do you mind if I try to clarify so that I can? I'm sorry if I said too much. The point that I think I'm genuinely making is that we definitely did see. Would you agree that there was censorship coming out of like the Biden administration during his tenure?
No. Because I'm sorry, like
It's
literally against the First Amendment for the government to write a law that would censor a private company or a private individual. They can make
Well, I know, but
suggestions
definitely.
and that's fine, but even if you want it like, and that's all they were doing, they were censoring, like they were asking places like Meta, places like TikTok to uphold their own existing terms of service by not allowing misinformation to spread, right? And that's
And
all they were
what we saw
asking to
from
do.
what we saw from like Mark Zuckerberg when he comes out on Rogan, everybody's favorite, when he comes out on Rogan and he basically just outright says yes, we were coerced by the federal government to censor these ideas.
Which he's offered
Um,
no proof of. And it wasn't censoring
sure,
ideas. Again, it
sure,
was only
and
the
that's
government
fine.
asking them to uphold their own existing terms of service of not
And
allowing
I'm never going to,
misinformation.
I'm like a conservative type person, or not really, I'm more, I'd say I'm probably somewhere in the middle, but I'm never going to suggest that, private companies aren't allowed to enforce their own rules if they don't want to. It's the free market. If they don't want to, fall in line with whatever political narrative is going on, then they can protest that. They can have their own terms of service and whatever works for them for their business. I'm fine with that. That being said, it wasn't the only, instance of this sort of thing. We definitely saw massive reporting come out with the Twitter files with pretty much the exact same, story.
Oh yeah,
The
of
U.S.
people
government is
violating their terms of
pressuring.
service. Like, show
It's
me a
not, well,
court
you
case.
say
Where was
that.
this taken to
You
court?
say, you say that, but it's less about people throwing the law at these people and more about people's voices getting shut down.
Well,
And I mean, do you think that,
did
for
did
example,
Mark Zuckerberg have the ability to say no?
you are definitely right about that. But when you go to the college university and you get shouted out of it because you're wearing a MAGA hat, and when you go to, then you try to go onto an internet space and the owners of that space are creating a terms of service that specifically targets your ideology. You can't come out here and say anything that's pro-life. You can't come out here and say anything that counters the LGBTQ
How was that
narratives.
the
You
government
can't
doing
come
that?
out. Well, specifically when we were talking about the government, I was talking about how they were pressuring tech companies in order to, force these people out. And then we saw that turn around. Elon
No,
Musk buys
they
Twitter.
weren't.
All of this
They
stuff comes
literally weren't.
out,
There's
and now
I gotta stop because there's no
sure.
proof of it aside from Mark Zuckerberg saying I was coerced, and yet literally it doesn't count. Like, cool, you can say you felt pressure from the United States government to uphold your own terms of service of misinformation that was literally killing people. Like, there was people posting on
what's
fucking
information?
Facebook of that was like literally they heard Donald Trump suggest, he didn't actually say it, right? But he made a slight suggestion in the form of a question to a health individual, like a health professional behind him, asking like, would injecting bleach work? And then people blew that up on Facebook, and we saw reports of people going to the ER in hospital rooms because they either drank bleach or they tried to inject themselves with bleach. So because of that, they were like, hey, you have this terms of service against misinformation. Maybe you should start upholding it, right? And they weren't doing that. So the government got involved because people were dying. But again, Mark Zuckerberg could have said no at any times. At any time, he could have said, no, we're not going to, we're not listening to you, government of the United States of America. And then if they had done something about it afterwards, he would have had a case against the government, because otherwise it's just him saying he felt pressured because boo-hoo. He also got called out for doing his massive layoffs after doing mass hirings. Because that's what Meta's been doing. Like, dude, no, like,
I actually,
I'm sorry.
You're fine. And hey, look, you're impassioned about this stuff. I do.
No, it's
appreciate
just
the
a dumb
conversation genuinely.
argument.
You've been very respectful.
It's just a dumb argument, because literally we have like, if you want to make this a two sides issue, fine. JD Vance is literally asking for people on the internet to dox individuals that have said any bad thing about Charlie Kirk after his death, and doxing is literally a federal cyber crime. Donald Trump is talking about stripping away the Second Amendment rights of individuals, of 1% of the community, individuals that identify themselves as transgender. Donald Trump is complaining about media companies talking about negatively about him and promising they're going to hear about it and that he's going to continue to sue them. Oh, I have something else to sue ABC about. He brags about it on open television, and he talks about how all these places say mean things about him, and then say, well, I'm going to sue you next because you said something mean. And I also think that ABC, Paramount, all of those places are absolute pieces of shit for settling with Donald Trump.
I genuinely think there's a difference between somebody saying something mean and something that's liable. That being said, I will say I've been trying to be as respectful as humanly possible this entire time, and I would never refer to I disagree with you a lot, but I would never refer to your arguments as dumb arguments. I don't think you've made any dumb arguments. I think that I think that you're misinformed. That being said, I don't see if we're going to have a conversation, like I don't see the utility in like an ad hom attack or like, oh, that's a dumb argument or something. I appreciate that you're impassioned about all this stuff. Let's actually have a genuine discussion. I'd love for us to meet somewhere in the middle here. It'd be super cool if your audience saw us find some common ground. I heard that you said, JD Vance is or excuse me, that the administration wants to take away Second Amendment rights from trans people, and that's something I think you and I can both agree on is not good, and that should not be happening for sure. Nobody should be losing their Second Amendment rights in this country if they haven't committed a felony or something. That's the law already. You know what I mean? To insinuate that someone doesn't deserve the Second Amendment would be to consider them less than a person, less than a citizen, because I'm not a big religious person, but it's like these rights are given to us by a higher power, not by government. They don't just decide, hey, you can't do this or you can't do that. When it comes to the Bill of Rights. So
I did forget about something. Donald Trump literally bragged about taking away free speech in his Antifa roundtable discussion. He literally said, we took away free speach. Dude is literally the most person against the free, like, I'm sorry, a higher power.
Here's something though. I don't think anybody, I genuinely don't think anyone actually believes in free speech. I don't think you do, and I don't think I do, and I don't think really anyone in this country does. I genuinely feel like most people, once given the power to have sway over the narrative, will use that power inconsequentially every single time. And, you know, on top of that, there are already laws that regulate what you can and can't say and where you can and can't say it. So like no one, there is no genuine free speech. That's not something that you would see probably anywhere. That's a bit more of a, I think that's less of a conservative argument. They always want to shout about free speech, this and that, but it's like when people make the free speech argument to me, it's like, well, you don't really believe it, yeah, neither do you. Because if somebody threatened your life, you would call the police, as you should, and they should go to jail for it because you're not allowed to do that. You know, that's against the law. And so those arguments don't really, you know, no president believes in free speech. If they could jail their political opponents for just things that they say, they would do that. But, you know, that's enshrined in law that you can't.
Sure. I disagree with like 99% of what you said. I'm gonna, sorry, I am gonna let you go because I'm 11 minutes past my normal stream time. But,
Hey, what was your name one more time?
it's Ari. It's literally my name.
Ari, hi. Adam, I genuinely appreciate it. Once again, you've been incredibly respectful, and thank you for taking the time to hear me out. This was a good conversation, and I respect that you're doing this. It's hard to go out and put your opinions out there. It's a good thing.
Okay, well, have a good night, man.
You too. See ya.
Thanks, bye. Well, we're about there, Parkers. Let me read through some of these. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you, ES Caliber, for the jewels. I appreciate that. Nicole says, thank you for schooling those whose masculinity was so fragile that they feel they need to hate on the trans community, and happy birthday tomorrow. Thank you, Nicole. I agree. Thank you, Karma, for the you're amazing, Bear. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. It was very annoying. Indominus, thank you again for some more jewels. Aslan says, speaking of felonies, Donald Trump should be serious. How many felonies does he have again? 34. Aslan says, I believe in free speech or else I wouldn't be able to stream. That's true. And Dagan, thank you again. Don't forget DJT. Take guns first, then due process. TikTok, guys, I'm gonna mute for a moment, so don't freak out. If there's any possible way, we still have 9 people that haven't hit that follow button. We'd hit 100 new followers over on TikTok, so I'd appreciate you guys. I'll be right back though. Over on YouTube, over on Twitch, I am going to go ahead and end. I am so sorry, guys. And thank you, Valerian, for the jewels. For the interruption in the middle of the stream. It literally killed the rest of the live. Also, I think that had something to do with the first caller back killed the live, and that's okay. I will see you guys back on live tomorrow for my birthday. Thank you guys for all of the love today. I hope to see you guys back tomorrow. And guys, what I would really love to see though is because we didn't get a singular new member at all on YouTube today. I would love to see us get, I don't know, is 20 new members too much to ask for? Maybe I should ask for 28 new members. I don't know. I'll see you guys back on live tomorrow.